promotion is breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them on politicking, probably in a section where you're not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the real ones could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt. You gotta pay money, mix around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blow the whole budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pete Werner able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start. I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account. Running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Mixon with a first down carry, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take the first quarter lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Looking sideline, incomplete.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow flushed out right. Open man is Uzama. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
On first down, Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up on second and 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And he's got his big tight end here. And the Bengals are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Mixon. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They get it to him running left. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bellamy. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Burrow will throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Play action. It's Burrow. Rolling to his right. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Burrow. They'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And he's going to have a Bengals
Bengals first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Burrow. Forced out to his left. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow. Touchdown! It's complete. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going deep here for Landry. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll roll him out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. For the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete to Robinson. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Burrow looking to pass. To Mixon on the check down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout. making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's going to look deep now for Landry, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Burrow from his own end zone. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the 1st half. They've extended their lead so far here in the 2nd half. Oh, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Bengals.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards from. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge just across midfield. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
2nd and 10.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 78 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Uzama. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. No chance. 12.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Cincinnati.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now Burrow. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Escaping the pressure right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
3rd and goal, Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw again.
And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw again. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Good positioning, and it's picked off. There he goes, left side. Bring it! And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals taking lead. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries, not good. This is 3rd and 4. Going deep here for Landry.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From his end zone, Wilson. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
87 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Hey, Can. 11.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. And Burrow going to throw again. To Mixon on the check down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Burrow on play action. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Play action. It's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to